Hello. It is Corey with Living Free. I have not been with thee in 3 weeks. Has it been three? Yeah. I went on my dark and silent retreat. I did. Um, so little bit of an update. So I got there. I went to Lynchburg, Virginia. Um, it's nice and quiet. So quiet down there. Barely heard even emergency vehicles. That's how quiet it was. Um, didn't really hear people blasting music as they're riding in their cars. So I did a day and a half of a dark and silent retreat. I ate only fruits and vegetables, raw fruits and vegetables. Yeah, I look different now. I ended up sick, so sick that I ended up in the emergency room. And yes, I have eaten raw fruits and vegetables before, so it wasn't from that. Initially I thought it was like me detoxing, but I felt horribly dizzy, nauseated, had a headache. I was tired, very fatigued. So, you look the symptoms up and it says something about, could be carbon monoxide poisoning, right? I left the house after day 4, something like that. Like day 4, I left the house. I felt better when I left the house. But the one day I just could not get out of bed at all. Day 3, I'm like, I can't get out of bed. I can't. I would wake up and I would fall right back to sleep. I would get up and I would go right back to sleep. I could not function. And I was thinking, okay, well, it's day 3 of the detox. Usually that's the sluggish day, like either day 3 or day 5 are usually the most sluggish days because you're detoxing from sugar, you're detoxing from all the bad foods that you put into your system. No, I could not shake it, right? So I end up in an emergency room day 5, and the doctor said, well, even if we test you, even unless you have high levels, even if we test you, nothing's going to come back saying that you have carbon monoxide poisoning. So they put some machine on me, and it said that my levels were normal, right? And they said that doesn't mean that you don't have it. So then what means that I don't have it? So what did I do? Day 6, I packed up and I left. I had to eat the fees for the rest of the trip. Eat the payment that I made for the rest of the trip. I didn't fight it. And then I came home. Well, while I was there, I was getting bitten by something. I kind of figured it was bed bugs, right? So I get home. A day later, my daughter starts getting bit, right? I took all the precautions just in case it was bed bugs. I left all my stuff outside of the house. I put everything in plastic bags when I left the house. When I left that in Virginia. Put everything in plastic bags, tied it up, put it in the car, set them outside, and then immediately took them to the basement and started cleaning them. My daughter starts getting bit the day after I get home. A couple days later, she said she found a bed bug in her bed. Have an exterminator out. And he's like, I don't see anything. Doesn't mean it's not here. If you saw one, it's just a start. Over the next couple of days, couple of weeks, pay attention, right? So we haven't seen anything since. Nobody's been getting bitten since. So I hope nothing happens. It was so livid. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this because, so what's supposed to be a silent retreat and it was supposed to be really good to get away and then come back centered and balanced. I came back probably a little more stressed than when I left. So, I've been back for a week and a half. trying to remember. What did I do last weekend? But whenever I came back, whenever it was. So I do have two coaches, husband and wife team. And when I came back, I was home for a day or two, and they invited me to a music festival a couple hours away, about an hour and a half away. So I did that, and I stayed a week in there. It was a really good time. I had a lot of fun. Saw this really nice looking guy. Egyptian, nice blue eyes. I was like so mesmerized that I was like, oh my goodness, it captivated me with his eyes. I was like, oh, your eyes are beautiful. And he was like, thank you. And, all the things. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, so such nice looking men. But anyway, came home and realized that it was really time for me to surrender, and really time for me to just let everything go. I have started applying for jobs again, and there's a reason for that. I want to move out of my house. I'm not making enough money doing my gig work, so I'm ready to leave. I don't know if I'm leaving the city, or if I'm leaving, if I'm just leaving the city because I'm inner city, or if I'm leaving the entire state. I don't know yet. I don't know. Something's telling me it's time to really pack up, and it's time to move on. I'm having a yard sale next weekend. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, please look out for my yard sale signs. But with that, it came clarity. With that trip, on day 4, 5, whatever day I went outside, I wanted to go take a walk. So I found this trail that they have down there. It's called Black something Trail. And I walked on the trail. It has these high rocks. You can actually hike up in there, and I'm like, I don't know what's up there. Like I'm not I don't like to hike, so I'm not huge on hiking. I got so far into the thing, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna walk here, and I'm gonna be able to cross over the roadway, and keep walking. And there's some it said that there was like a cave or something you can walk through. And I'm talking to these people on the trail, and they're like, yeah, no, that's way down there. You're gonna be walking a long time. And I'm like, wow, really? And I'm sorry, I just think that I ate something bad and my lip is swollen. But they were like, yeah, it's way down there. And I heard something in the woods. And I looked. It was deer. But then I'm like, okay, I'm by myself. I don't know this area at all. I don't know what else could be lurking in these woods. I'm turning around. So as I turned around, and I'm like looking at things, and I see this woodpecker that's 3 times the size that they are here. So I saw this lady, and she was like, what are you looking at? And I said, that woodpecker. And she said, and it kept like hopping around to different trees. And she was like, yeah. I said, they're like 3 times as big as the ones that are here. And she was like, well, yeah, it's a different species. It's probably a different species. And I didn't know. And she's gone on, I didn't know that. She didn't know that either until like her one friend told her about the different species of woodpeckers, because her friend is into birds. And of course, here I am, I'm looking up woodpeckers, right? as we're talking, we're walking and talking, she's telling me about, no, I told her why I was down in Lynchburg. I told her where I was from, and she was telling me about a friend of hers who was having a difficult time, and she quit her job as well recently, and but her friend is also having health issues. Recently, she quit her job, and she said that she wanted to just sit silent, and she was going to do that in her own apartment. And I was like, yeah, tell her to do that. I encourage that, to be on your own. And her and I were talking, and I started crying. You know, guys, I'm sappy. So I cried. And she was like, are you okay? And I said, I'm sorry. You're the first person I talked to in 5 days. I haven't talked to anybody. I haven't said 2 words in 5 days. That was the hardest thing. It wasn't really hard not to talk, because I can sit with myself and just not talk, and I'm okay with that. Um, However, not being able to joke around with people or go into a store and be like blah 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 blah, or call my kids or call a friend, and or talk to people. I had my phone off, and then I had to turn it on because I'm like, I don't know why I'm sick. So I needed to turn it on just in case I needed to call 911, or in case I needed to call somebody. It's a tiny bit of a struggle, but I'm back. I am doing what I do. I have had some good things happening lately. I am also meditating. Yes, I have to meditate. I had a great meditation this morning. It was so awesome. It was like it almost took me to another level, which is really good. So I'm going to keep sitting within and enjoying my space and my time with me. And I'm with my higher power. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm back. I will try to be more consistent with these videos. I will absolutely. I'm working on now. So since I've been back, I've been eating all the wrong things, eating bad. And it's not. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with me that is causing me to go that direction. And I can't really pinpoint it. And I've also realized that I've been distracted again by watching movies or 600-Pound Life. And I was telling my daughter I was watching it, and I said, yeah, it's just an encouragement not to get there. I don't know, people. I don't know. But here it is. I am really, really, really on this journey. I am so on this journey. I am trying to go within a lot more. Go within. And I'm trying to put these blue screens away, these things that are distracting me, put them away and work on things that are more important to me. Like business ideas. They're coming. They're flowing. And it's so crazy because I had a conversation with my neighbor, and she was telling me all the stuff she wanted to do, and I said I wanted to do the same thing. And I said, who knows? Maybe we'll end up going into business together. I don't know. But she's ready for a change with her job. We're talking about even me doing my silent retreat, and she was like, I wish I could do that. She has younger kids, so a little harder for her. But she says she wanted to go take a trip by herself to Arizona, and I encouraged her to do it. I'm like, go ahead and do it. It's like, your mom's here. She has two teenagers and one that's at elementary school. And, while you have your mom, you might want to utilize her for a week, 4 days, whatever. A long weekend, a 4-day weekend. get out, enjoy your life. And, so she said that she went away, and every weekend she's been not home. She's been doing things. She said she refuses to sit in the same space as she was before, where she would sit in the house a lot of the times. And that was my goal, was to come back and then um, do stuff a lot more. Um, that was my goal. That's not what Spirit has for me. So, as much as I want to get out and do stuff, I just can't. Like, even this gig work, I ran into one of the guys that I usually do it with, and I was like, I said, is it really this slow for everybody? I'm like, are you getting stuff? And he was like, here or there, it's hit or miss. And, he was like, yeah, it's been a struggle. Um, but I sat for, I'm telling you, I was on two different apps, two different stores, two different companies, two different apps, and I'm getting nothing for hours. And I was like, this is like really odd. And I was on the phone with my daughter, my one daughter, and she said, I was like, I think it's time for me to go and work on my business. I think this is what I'm being told. I didn't do that though. Um, but, you just got to listen to what you're being told. And although I heard it, I didn't do anything. So what am I going to do? As soon as I get off of here, I'm getting on my computer and I'm going to start doing some stuff. I have things just to write up. I have a plan for me and my son to go into business. I have a plan for me and my oldest daughter to go into business. I don't necessarily have a plan for me and my middle daughter to go into business yet, because we haven't talked about that, but she's looking to move. She's currently in New York. She's looking to move down south. So once she does that and gets settled, I want to start doing something with her. And yeah, you may say, yeah, you got your hands in a lot of things, but my stuff is I'm more on the operations side, the business end of it all. And they'll actually be running the day-to-day. I may do some marketing or something, but it's just time for growth. It's just time for elevation. And however it has to come. And I'm not going to say it in the sense of financial. I would love to say financial, but it's really not. Each one of these businesses presents a purpose. Like, there's a purpose for everything. Like, the way that the interactions that we'll have with people, and just the truth, and being enlightening and encouraging the people is what I'm looking to do. I also I have finally really seriously decided on the absolute business that I want. Granted, I didn't necessarily want to open it in Pittsburgh, or wherever I land is where I want to open it. So I don't know where I'm going to open this, but I have been guided to open a facility, and I am looking for a beautiful space for that. And I'm not looking. I am looking, but I'm also having an intention in meditation for spaces to be provided, for things to attract to me. You know, what my Chris and Teeb, they say, what I don't chase, I attract. The energy I give, I always get it back. So, I'm throwing out energy, and I'm throwing out good energy. I'm throwing out energy to receive all that is mine. And actually, I just heard something today that says that you already have what is yours. You just haven't experienced it yet. Such an awesome statement. Such an awesome statement that puts things into perspective, and you're sitting there like, but don't think about it. Feel it. When you feel that, it's amazing. So, this is Corey with Living Free saying I'm back. So, I will be doing more consistent videos, like several times a week. And look for me maybe on a different platform. I really feel the need that I really believe that things are getting ready to change. I don't know when. I just believe that things are getting ready to change. So, this is Corey with Living Free, saying peace and blessings. I love you and I appreciate each and every one of you.